Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and going to do a quick review today of the new JPEGMAFIA and Freaky collaborative EP, The Second Amendment. Baltimore experimental rapper and producer JPEGMAFIA, aka Peggy, aka the Black Ben Carson. He has only been active under this name for a few years, and already he has a few pretty lengthy, sizable projects under his belt, like Communist Slow Jams, and of course Black Ben Carson and Dark Skinned Manson. Previously, I've been pretty indifferent toward his projects because of a few little shortcomings. I found them to be kind of long-winded, unnecessarily long, really. And also, all of the obvious attempts at being super edgy coming off in the lyrics were a little bit of a turnoff. Though the production was really noisy and textured, I certainly liked that. In a way, this new EP over here is kind of business as usual for JPEGMAFIA. I mean, it's an EP, but it's 12 tracks long, and all these songs span an hour in length. And also, you will catch supremely edgy moments in the lyrics, like on the song Trust Me Daddy, where Peggy does a little lyrical nod to the Dallas shooter, a reference that I think some listeners will probably think is too soon. And there are cuts on here I would blatantly classify as filler, like the song Big Data, which is probably the most useless track in the track listing here, with its horrible, clunky instrumental that doesn't even sound that good, and lyrics that really aren't making much of any kind of point. I think the song's lack of appeal as a song is pretty much the reason why JPEGMAFIA included it in this mixtape. It's such a non-song, and yet it lasts so long. What made this EP stand out to me, though, and made me want to talk about it, is that not only is there a pretty interesting Hemlock Ernst appearance on this thing, Freaky's contributions to the tape are pretty decent, and also there are some standout tracks on here that I guess I could call singles in a way. I love the Hit a Lick on a White House track. That song's a dirty, grimy, glitchy banger. Then we have I Might Vote for Donald Trump, I guess another attempt at being edgy, but still a very sharp and humorous track in the track listing here. I also love the jazzy horn samples and the trap percussion on the song Rinky 2K. That's kind of a lo-fi, very dirty instrumental on that cut. That song, while I do like it, this song and many others on here, very rarely do you get a straightforward, direct, very well-groomed track in the track listing here. Many of the songs are 5 and 6 minutes, and not because they're super progressive or it really just takes JPEGMAFIA to get a song out in that length. Rather, these tracks are padded out with weird instrumental interludes that are only semi-interesting, vocal snippets and sort of weird samples and found sound that are okay, though some of them do kind of drive the political point home of this tape and whatever song the snippet happens to be landing on. I do occasionally find Peggy's rap style to be a little bland, kind of unenthusiastic. He has this demeanor about him that reminds me of these somewhat monotone West Coast rappers who feel like they're too cool to actually like emote anything. Still, though, there are people who enjoy that style a lot more than I do, and still I can commend a lot of the lyrics on this thing for being pretty raw and well-traveled and loaded with some interesting references. Overall, it's an admirable EP. It has some good production, has some standout tracks, though it is pretty messy and unkempt and unfocused, and I would like to hear JPEGMAFIA put out something a little more succinct in the future, I guess. But those are my thoughts on this project. What did you think of this tape if you've heard it? Did you love it, hate it, why? What are you going to do next? And that's it. Anthony Fantano, JPEGMAFIA.